Today's 2023 NFL Mock Draft is presented by Roan. Their commuter collection, I'm rocking one of their dress shirts, can get you through the workday and straight into whatever comes next. 20% off when you go to roan.com/chatsports and use code chatsports. If you are hyped for the 2023 NFL offseason finally here, the Super Bowl now over, so everyone's in full-on offseason mode, show us you are. We are at Chat Sports by liking the video right now. Let's get into my latest NFL mock draft, the first one of the offseason, although we've done a bunch because they're fun to do, right? I'll go Jalen Carter, number 1 overall out of Georgia, the defensive tackle. I think is a great fit for what the Bears want to do on defense with Matt Eberflus. He or Will Anderson would be a great pick for the Bears if they cannot trade that number 1 overall pick. With that in mind, the first question of the day: what is the percent chance the Bears do trade that number 1 overall selection? Get those percentages for me in the comment section right now. Let's mix it up this time. We've done a lot of Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. We'll go CJ Stroud to Houston here. We'll see exactly how DeMeco Ryans wants to run his coaching staff and quarterback room. Bobby Sloak's going to be the OC. I think Stroud's a great fit. Bryce Young is too. The Stroud-Young debate will not be finalized for quite a while. Easy pick here at number 3. Arizona just takes the next best defensive player. If Carter's off the board, they go Anderson, and vice versa. Indy will go Bryce Young then at number 4. I wouldn't rule out Will Levis going above one of those two, although I don't like that idea, but Levis fits the more typical archetype of the size. Bryce Young's tiny. That's a red flag, but he's my personal quarterback 1. I love the fit of Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. Historically, Seattle's like guys who can do some outside-inside stuff. Wilson can. I think there's a big drop-off after Carter Anderson in terms of the defensive and just overall prospects this year, minus maybe some of the O-linemen, but I got concerns there too. So Seattle not in the best spot, but at 5, Wilson is my next best defensive player. I don't know what to do with the Detroit Lions at 6. I don't even think they're going to go quarterback. O-line doesn't make any sense. I like Devin Witherspoon a lot. I know some people think he's more like, pick 26. I think he's closer to 6 than 26, but insert a corner or reach for one of the edges, maybe Miles Murphy, but I don't think edge is that big of a need for Detroit. It's a tough spot for me. Lions fans, feel free to chime in with who you want in the comments. Number 7, Peter Skoronski. Get some offensive line help for whoever their quarterback is this upcoming season. Skoronski might have to move inside to guard, but he's going to be a stud one if he does, despite his arm length issues. Falcons fans might not like it, and I get it. Will Levis, who I do think is a really good fit for what they're going to try to do on offense in the future and moving forward. Levis would have way better playmakers in Drake London and Kyle Pitts. There are some concerns overall here with just the reliability of everything that raises some significant red flags. So I don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback room. Maybe it's Desmond Ridder, but Levis he's a fit for what Atlanta wants to do, but there are very real concerns with him and, frankly, Anthony Richardson, who I got going to the Panthers here. Some NFC South fans might not be pleased with me, but Richardson has great upside. If you give him with Frank Reich, I think that could actually work out. Let's say you are an NFL GM/head coach. Pick a quarterback for you to risk your entire career on. CJ for CJ Stroud, BY for Bryce Young, AR for Richardson, and WL for Will Levis. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it, head down there, and let me know. Number 10, Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback out of Oregon. Could easily go Joey Porter Jr. here. Wouldn't be mad at it. It depends on which flavor of ice cream you want in your top cornerback prospects this year. I love Paris Johnson to Tennessee. Plug-and-play left tackle. One of my favorite potential player team fits in this year's class. Houston goes receiver or quarterback at number 2. Get them a receiver now at number 12, Jordan Addison. He is a little bit tiny. That does raise some red flags, but he's a playmaker, and Houston needs those. Number 12, Broderick Jones. Very tough, unfortunately, to trust Mekhi Becton at this point in his NFL career. 7th, George Fant. Offensive tackle would be a big boost for whoever the quarterback is moving forward in New York. Today's show is made possible by Roan. Men's closets were due for a radical reinvention, and Roan has stepped up to the challenge. Their commuter collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to mankind. Here's why. They'll get you ready for the occasion with the commuter collection, which includes dress shirts, includes pants, quarter zips, polos, whatever you want to wear to look good, feel good, play good. Roan has something for you. Can get you through the workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to Roan.com/chatsports. That's RHONE.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports for 20% off your entire order. I will make sure, by the way, that both the link and the promo code are in the description and in the comments of today's video to help you have that confidence when it comes to at work or after work as well. Upgrade your closet with Roan. Find your corner office comfort by heading to Roan.com/chatsports to get 20% off your order. It's Roan.com/chatsports. Let's move now to pick number 14, Quentin Johnston. At a TCU, fits the Patriots' MO. Would have loved Broderick Jones, though, but he goes one pick earlier to the division rival. Brian Branch now, out of Alabama. You want that chess piece in the back end at that kind of safety overhang player. I'm a big fan of Brian Branch, one of my favorite prospects. We'll see exactly where he goes. There is some positional value stuff mixed in there, but I think Branch is going to be a stud. I also am a big fan of Joey Porter Jr., the Penn State corner. Witherspoon, Gonzalez, Porter Jr. for me are the top three corners in whatever order you want them in. There's going to be a lot of difference of opinion, which maybe he could go 6. I don't think he gets past 17, though. He goes with the Commanders here at 16, and then Cam Smith, the South Carolina corner, goes number 17. It would be fun to put Joey Porter with his old team, with his dad's team, but he's off the board here. Cam Smith, though, quality cornerback prospect in round 1. Brian Brzee was at one point mocked pretty consistently in the top 10 and has now fallen quickly, but I think the upside of what he brings as a pass rusher, the size, the speed, all of it, is still worth the gamble back end of round 1. I like him a lot more in the top 20-ish than the top 5-ish. So at 18... man, Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, James Houston, etc. That's a fun grouping in Detroit. Myles Murphy just kind of slides here a little bit. This is the third edge taken, but it falls down to number 19 from that standpoint, which is significant there. Murphy at number 19 here out of Clemson, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, shout out a prospect you guys love in the 2023 NFL Draft. Could be your number one guy, just a player you're a big fan of. Let me know in the comment section who your top 2023 NFL Draft prospect is. Or favorite, I should say. Number 20, Drew Sanders, the linebacker from Arkansas. You go to the Seattle Seahawks here. I like adding a linebacker piece for them. Sanders can do a bit of blitzing as well. I think he's a better prospect than Trenton Simpson, who unfortunately, teaser/spoiler alert, did not make this round 1 mock. Let's get to a run on receivers here. Los Angeles Chargers, Jackson Smith-Njigba. We will see if they retain Keenan Allen. If not, JSN can plug and play right away in the slot. To the Ravens, how about a speedy receiver to help fully replace Marquise Brown? Jalen Hyatt, who he needs work as a route runner. I get all of that. A little skinny, but ball skills, speed are there to be a dynamic vertical threat. Minnesota, I thought about corner here, almost pulled the trigger. We'll see what happens with Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith. If one or both are gone, edge is a priority. I don't love the top 10 hype for Keon White. Mid to late round 1, though, I can get much more on board. He's going to do very, very well at the Combine. Love this fit, too. Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame, the tight end. Let's keep giving playmakers to Trevor Lawrence. We'll see if they retain Evan Ingram. Mayer's not the athlete that Ingram is, but he's a more reliable player and a better blocker as well. I wanted a receiver for the Giants here. I don't love the ones that are left as we sit right now. Could very well change come February, so apologies to guys like Josh Downs, Zay Flowers. How about Keely Ringo, though? Give them an outside, lengthy, athletic press man corner. Need some time to develop. Don Martindale, I think, would be a great developer for him. He goes 25. And I found the spot for Bijan Robinson. Didn't know what it was going to be. I don't have a great feel for where Bijan Robinson goes. I don't. He could be top 10 if the Eagles want to get wild. He could go back end of round 1 if the Eagles just want to wait and take him near the end of round 1. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This will become a little bit more crystallized as we get to the offseason, but who will draft Bijan Robinson? Get those predictions in for me in the comment section right now. I'm a big fan of Osiris Torrance, the mauling guard from Florida. Bills need more O-line help. Just a logical fit to me. I don't love Luke Musgrave round 1, but it's a great tight end class. You could put in a Dalton Kincaid, even a Darnell Washington here. Musgrave did not play much this past year for Oregon State. Played 2 games, was awesome when he played. I think will test quite well at the NFL Combine. The Saints pick number 29. No quarterbacks on the board here. Sorry, Hendon Hooker fans, I guess. Lucas Van Ness can play some inside, some outside. Saints could use an influx of more talent up front. I like that fit. Sorry to the Eagles fans as they come up short. My apologies. I will say I think the Kalijah Kancey top 10 hype, I can't get on board with it. He's too small. He's like 280. But alongside Jordan Davis, who's massive, I think that pairing could work really well. We'll see if Fletcher Cox comes back. They got a bunch of older guys up front. You pair Kancey with Davis, I think that could be a very dynamic duo and help continue to grow and build that Eagles front four, which is already really good, just a little bit older. Congrats to the Chiefs. They won the Super Bowl once again. Cheers to you, Mahomes. I got them taking Nolan Smith here, number 31 overall, the edge rusher from Georgia. Coming off injury. The production's not great. I think the traits are really intriguing, though, as, you know what? Good teams tend to add defensive talent where they can, add some more front four players. Eagles, Chiefs both do that in there. Well, congrats to having the offseason now for Eagles and Chiefs fans. I did not forget about you teams without a first-round pick because I believe in going above and beyond here. We'll go quick, though, since, second and third round is tough to predict. Zach Harrison, mentioned the Combine. He's going to blow it up. Not the most productive, consistent guy, but the traits are absolutely there. Siaka Ika to the Browns because they need a run-stopping defensive lineman. I think Ika is one of the better ones in this year's class. Right tackle, DeJuan Jones out of Ohio State to Miami. I love the fit there. I want a better right tackle, what they've been shuffling through of late. It's a good fit if he's there, which is always a guess because I'm doing the sims for these, and when we get to round 3 like the Broncos, it's okay, let's just try and probably get something close to right there. Steve Avila, I liked him a lot at TCU. Very impressed with his play. Offensive line, still an area of concern for Denver if they lose Dalton Reisner. There's the replacement. And the Niners, just inside the top 100. We're just throwing darts here more than we normally are anyway. Garrett Williams out of Syracuse, the cornerback here. You might lose Emmanuel Mosley. Probably got to add some more pieces along the cornerback room. Williams has, I think, some good size to fit what the Niners like to do. So grade this mock draft for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section how you feel about what I did for your favorite team, or teams, I should say, in this latest 2023 NFL mock draft. Before we go, some other players I want to show some love to. B.J. Ojulari, Derek Hall out of Auburn and LSU. Inverse, respectively, Ojulari from LSU. 2 guys who could sneak in the back and around. Good edge rusher class, by the way. Trenton Simpson from Clemson. I like him. 2 corners. Deontay Banks and Emmanuel Forbes. I like Forbes more than Banks, by the way, but I might be different on that one. Jameer Gibbs is a playmaker, but running back value's low. Josh Downs, Zay Flowers, undersized but highly productive wide receivers. Anton Harrison has some fans. I'm not as high on him as others, but I know PFF loves him. I'm not quite that high. And I'll mention Dalton Kincaid, too, along with Darnell Washington, 2 very good tight end prospects.